Hello boys and girls, I am teacher Melinda here with you today, and today I am happy to do question and answers with you. These questions and answers are based on social studies for grade 6. This segment will be based on multiple choice questions and answers. In this segment, multiple choice, the question will be given and the answers as well. Of course, boys and girls, this is what makes it fun. The answer is right in front of you. So all you have to do is read carefully, listen carefully, and then choose the answer that is correct. In this segment, we will do 15 questions, 15 multiple choice questions. So by now, for those of you who are accustomed to doing question and answers, you have your social studies quiz book. But if perchance you do not have a book, I want to encourage you, go get a book. And after we are finished, you can paper that book nicely, write your name, and label it Social Studies Quiz for Grade 5, so that whenever quiz time comes around, you will have that book. And what will happen? You can use it to reflect, to see how you have progressed, or you're maintaining the position that you started at. So boys and girls, let's get going. You have your pencil, you have your book. Remember, no asking. No looking over into any book, or no trying to find the answer somewhere else. Simply relax and be honest with yourself. As I said, we will be doing 15 questions, so please number 1 to 15 on a clean page, and near to each number you will write the letter that has the correct answer for the question. At the end of the questions, we will mark. We will mark together. And so, as you hear the answer, you will check to see if you have it correct. Then you will mark. So, let's begin. Question 1. The Africans on the sugar plantations rebelled because they were 1, 2, 3. Question A has a combination of 1 and 2 only. B has a combination of 1 and 3 only. C has a combination of 2 and 3 only. And D has a combination of 1, 2, and 3. You are writing either A, B, C, or D near to question 1. Question 2. Choose the names that are associated with the English. Choose the names that are associated with the English. A, B, C, or D. Question 3. Guyana has an executive president because it is A, B, C, or D. Question 4. Use the details in the table below to answer questions 4 and 5. So the details in the table below is based on exports from Guyana in 2019. We have exports and value in millions of US dollars. So as you identify the exports, then you can use the information to answer questions 4 and 5. Exports, value in millions of dollars, and it says exports from Guyana in 2019. From which two products did Guyana earn the most foreign exchange? From which two products did Guyana earn the most foreign exchange? A, B, C, or D? Question 5. Which two countries would most likely have purchased agricultural products from Guyana? Which two countries would most likely have purchased agricultural products from Guyana? A, B, C, or D? Question 6. Which of the following has harmful drugs in Guyana? Which of the following has harmful drugs in Guyana? A, aspirin, antibiotic, Panadol. B, cocaine, tobacco, marijuana. C, marijuana, paracetamol, heroin. D, paracetamol, inhalants, cocaine. Next, we move to question 7. Study the diagram of the globe below, then answer questions 7 and 8. So boys and girls, the globe has information that you have to use to answer questions 7 and 8. So please look at it carefully for a moment, and then you will answer question 7. Which zone is found immediately north of the line at A? Which zone is found immediately north of the line at A? Answers are at A, B, C, and D. Question 8. Which of these are not experienced by countries that are found in the zone where the equator lies? Which of these are not experienced by countries that are found in the zone where the equator lies? A, B, C, or D? Question 9. The ocean located near Peru is? The ocean located near Peru is A, B, C, or D? Question 10. Which South American country is closest to the equator? Which South American country is closest to the equator? A, B, C, or D? Question 11. A Portuguese indentured laborer played music for his friends on a sugar plantation. He most likely used A, B, C, or D. Question 12. Giving back something that does not belong to you is an example of A, B, C, or D. Question 13. All are symbols of nationhood after Guyana became independent except. All are symbols of nationhood after Guyana became independent except A, B, C, or D. Read the caption below, then answer questions 14 and 15. The caption reads, "Let's keep our environment safe. Prevent fires." Let's keep our environment safe. Prevent fires. Question 14. Which group of workers will be most likely involved in promoting the message in the caption? Which group of workers will be most likely involved in promoting the message in the caption? A, B, C, or D? And for question 15, which is also based on the caption, "Let's keep our environment safe. Prevent fires." How can citizens assist in maintaining a fire-safe environment? How can citizens assist in maintaining a fire-safe environment? A, B, C, or D? So boys and girls, this has brought us to the end of our questioning. Now it is time for the answers. Remember, you will mark the answers as I give them. And the key word is honesty. Yes, boys and girls, honesty is a good practice. As a matter of fact, it is one that comes under desirable behavior. And so once you practice honesty from now, you will most likely become an honest, fair grown-up in later days. So let's answer these questions. Remember, when I give the answer, you will mark. So question 1. The Africans on the sugar plantations rebelled because they were 1. Well paid, 2. Poorly fed, 3. Overworked. Answer A, 1 and 2 only. B, 1 and 3 only. C, 2 and 3 only. D, 1, 2 and 3. The answer for question 1 is C, 2 and 3 only. The Africans on the sugar plantations rebelled because they were poorly fed and overworked. Question 2. Choose the names that are associated with the English. A, Border, Lethem, Kingston. B, Kaieteur, Oriala, Kaikoverall. C, Le Repentir, Malgretoute, Lagrange. And D, Queenstown, Victoria, Hopetown. The answer to question 2 is A, Border, Lethem, and Kingston. Those are some of the names that the English Europeans contributed to the Guyanese society. All the other names are from the Amerindians or the Dutch or the Africans or the French. So as you see it there, you will identify which ethnic group is associated with those other names. Of course, the answer for question 2 is A, Border, Lethem, and Kingston. Question 3. Guyana has an executive president because it is A, a republic, B, non-aligned, C, a member of CARICOM, or D, a Commonwealth nation. The answer to question 3 is A. Guyana has an executive president because it is a republic. Use the details in the table to answer questions 4 and 5. The details is based on exports from Guyana in 2019. So the exports are sugar, bauxite, rice, and fish. Value in millions of US dollars for sugar, 151 million, bauxite, 80 million, rice, 91 million, and fish, 15 million. From which two products did Guyana earn the most foreign exchange? A, sugar and fish, B, bauxite and gold, C, rice and sugar, D, sugar and gold. The answer for question 4 is C, rice and sugar. Rice and sugar, if we look at the table, will show us that those two products earned 1, rice, 91 million, and sugar, 151 million. So those are the two products that earned the most foreign exchange for Guyana. Which two countries would most likely have purchased agricultural products from Guyana? A, England and France, B, Canada and Australia, C, USA and Japan, or D, Jamaica and USA. The answer is D, Jamaica and USA. These are two countries that trade, especially some of the exports there, sugar, bauxite, rice, and fish. These two countries are countries that trade with Guyana. They trade sugar, bauxite, rice, or fish. Of course, the other countries, England and France, Canada and Australia, and Japan, they do not trade these exports with Guyana. Which of the following has harmful drugs in Guyana? A, aspirin, antibiotic, Panadol. B, cocaine, tobacco, marijuana. C, marijuana, paracetamol, heroin. D, paracetamol, inhalants, cocaine. The answer is B, cocaine, tobacco, marijuana. These are harmful drugs. The other groups have drugs that are harmful and some that are not. So those groups, either at A, C, or D, cannot be chosen because not all of the drugs are harmful in those groups. Study the diagram of the globe below, then answer questions 7 and 8. So, questions 7 and 8 are based on the globe. Boys and girls, I am sure you are taking another look at it. And so as you identify the parts that are marked, you will be able to use the detail to answer the question. So question 7, which zone is found immediately north of the line at A? A, equator zone, B, tropical zone, C, temperate zone, or D, frigid zone. The answer to question 7 is C, temperate zone. And if you identify where the line at A is, it marks or locates where the temperate zone begins, or we can say where the tropical zone ends. So north of that line will be the temperate zone. Which of these are not experienced by countries that are found in the zone where the equator lies? A, tropical storms, B, rainy and sunny weather, C, summer and winter, or D, floods. The answer to question 8 is C, summer and winter. Countries that are found in the zone where the equator lies experience tropical storms, rainy and sunny weather, and also floods. Summer and winter are two of the seasons that are experienced in the temperate zones. The other two are autumn and spring. Question 9. The ocean located near Peru is A, Pacific, B, Indian, C, Arctic, or D, Atlantic. So boys and girls, this is related to the continent of South America. And if you are familiar with the location of the countries, Peru is located to the west of South America. The Pacific Ocean is that ocean that washes that area of South America. So the answer is A. Question 10. Which South American country is closest to the equator? A, Venezuela, B, Argentina, C, Paraguay, D, Uruguay. The answer is A, Venezuela. Venezuela is that South American country that can be found closest to the equator. As a matter of fact, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, and a portion of Colombia are all located near or close to the equator. Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay are found to the southern part of South America. Question 11. A Portuguese indentured laborer played music for his friends on a sugar plantation. He most likely used A, rajas, B, rattles, C, drums, or D, flutes. The answer to question 11 is rajas. Portuguese would have used the raja as a musical instrument, and so as indentureship ended, they would have introduced some of their instruments or their customs and beliefs into the Guyanese society. Rattles, drums, and flutes are associated with some of the other ethnic groups, for example, the Africans and the Amerindians. Question 12. Giving back something that does not belong to you is an example of A, authority, B, honesty, C, responsibility, D, loyalty. The answer to question 12 is B, honesty is a trait or a quality of a desirable behavior. Desirable behaviors are habits and practices that we adopt or practice as we go through life. Of course, desirable behaviors are those attitudes and habits that allow an individual to become well respected in society. So giving back something that does not belong to you is an example of honesty. Question 13. All are symbols of nationhood after Guyana became independent except A, the golden arrowhead, B, arms of the president, C, national coat of arms, or D, national anthem. The answer to question 13 is B, arms of the president. All of the others were immediately introduced after Guyana gained its independence from Great Britain. The arms of the president was introduced into the Guyanese society at the achievement of Guyana's Republican status. Read the caption below, then answer questions 14 and 15. Let's keep our environment safe. Prevent fires. Which group of workers will be most likely involved in promoting the message in the caption? A, police officers, B, firefighters, C, national awardees, or D, soldiers. The answer is B, firefighters. Which group of workers will be most likely involved in promoting the message in the caption? Firefighters will. How can citizens assist in maintaining a fire-safe environment? How can citizens assist in maintaining a fire-safe environment? A, allow children to light fires. B, leave matches in the reach of children. C, keep lamps lighted when no one is home. Or D, encourage no smoking in beds. The answer to question 15 is D, encourage no smoking in beds. Citizens can maintain a fire-safe environment by encouraging no smoking in beds. Boys and girls, if children are allowed to light fires, or matches are left in the reach of children, or we keep lamps lighted when no one is at home, definitely those are conditions that can aid in fires. And so we do not want to destroy our environment with fires, nor destroy it at all. So in this case, encouragement of no smoking in beds is one of the safe and healthy practices that we can take part in order to maintain a fire-safe environment. I am sure, boys and girls, you are smiling, you are clapping, or maybe you are throwing up your arms because you have gotten all correct. If you did, then you have performed excellently, and it means that you are knowledgeable of your social studies for grade 5. And just in case you didn't get all correct, but you scored 14 or 13 or maybe 12, you have done very good. For those boys and girls who scored either 10 or 11, you did good, but you need to strive to get to 15. For the boys and girls who may not have scored 10, but you scored below, I want to encourage you to do some more reading. For you see, reading is the key to success, and once you do, definitely you will score correctly in all next time around. So boys and girls, until we meet again, do have fun and keep on reading. Goodbye, boys and girls.